We are back yet again. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, episode 6. So, Lonnie is getting overtook by this tombstone personality slowly. He's already had to get kicked off the football team. He's absentee at the school, which is a part of the reason he got kicked off. He has his girlfriend Pearl even questioning him, and he can't really tell her anything. He's pretty much given up on all this and he's gonna go all in on what his family needs. So, turns out while he's in the streets, he gets chased by the rival gang leader in her car, and it kind of leads up to actually her figuring out their hideout, which will come up to my big conclusion here at the very end. Moving from that, we actually have Peter and Harry meeting and planning what is to be a three-way friendship, like kind of hangout type thing. So it all starts at Harry's place, and we get to see Mr. Osborn dressed up as they're talking about hanging out, as well as a uninvited guest comes in, which I think is semi-important. Their name is Jean, apparently one of the Oscorp employees, and that is sort of significant for a part of that big finale, which was a big meetup. Forward, you have Peter as well as Nico, and you have Harry all trying to get along. Things are kind of simmering, semi going good, but at the same time, eh. Peter turns off his phone. He's like, no phones. This is where Harry ends up receiving this call. But even more, alongside that, we have Mr. Osborn go into this. It's a dinner for a charity event, and he goes in here talking to these other CEOs. He like grabs a drink and goes over. This is where he is plotting this big thing with his own superheroes. So he's trying to grow Oscorp from this Spider-Man thing. He actually has he's a big brain guy. He knows what he's doing. Turns out, while he is chatting, showing his phone to Mr. Avengers advisor, whatever, he's having a security breach. So that's where Peter gets called up and he gets to go up in his Spider Man costume off on his way. He gets this Oscorpse, and a security guard is ended up knocked out. He gets on the rooftop of the building, and that's where we have, I would say, like one of the first real superhero meetups for him. I'm pretty sure. I don't think Doctor Strange really counts. Turns out Daredevil makes his appearance, which was pretty sick. I don't think this is going to be the final Daredevil. Might be, but I do think, however, this all led up from what whenever Jean went into Mr. Osborn's house or building. I think this is a build up off of this. It would all make sense at that point if it was. So maybe she's Elektra or something else. You never know. You never know where they're going with this. It can mean nothing. But usually things are going to lead up in a series like this. So, ridiculously, Daredevil is just insane. And since he's an assassin, pretty much, he knocks out Peter. But we do get some information from him before he gets knocked out. Mr. Osborn, he's doing something more. You know, there's something kind of dirty going on. Peter gets knocked out, then the security guard kind of wakes him up, a different one, not the one that got knocked out. And Mr. Osborn gets on the phone, and they have this conversation because Mr. Osborn just pulls up in his car. Turns out Dr. Octavius, he is behind all of these gear ups. So all these villains that have been getting gear, Dr. Octavius, he's always wanted the fame and credit. He's always wanted to be superior. He got tired of Mr. Osborn. He went to go do his own thing. So now he's paneling these thugs to work his way back up solo. And it's kind of simmering, but after this conversation, Peter goes ahead and runs back home. And this is where something else kind of shocking comes up. And the shocking thing is, during all this, Harry and Nico were kind of figuring out what to talk about. They find some type of common point, and the cards, and it doesn't go good. And then all at once they're talking about secrets. Harry ends up telling Nico, "Hey, Peter Spider-Man," and it kind of instantly happens. Peter comes in with this stupid ice pack because he got beat up, drops the little bag that he has. Out comes a Spider-Man mask as well as his notebook with concepts. So now the cat is out of the bag, which is even more important. So things are starting to fall and we're getting somewhere. Now, for the final line, I'm just going to add it all into one part. Whenever we're talking about the Lonnie Tombstone gang battle that's coming up, Dr. Octavius is working on a tech piece that is reminiscent of his normal Dr. Octo suit. So it's going to be going pretty hardcore, and we know that Spider-Man is going to have to go in here, and he's going to see Lonnie firsthand, and this is where things are going to break off for him. If it doesn't happen now, it's going to take a minute, because eventually Peter's going to get unmasked from Spider-Man. So, yeah, their friendship is going to slowly go down in the hole. With that, though, I do want to say it was a great episode, and if I had to rate it, I am going to say a beautiful, beautiful 8.4. I love this series. I think it's fantastic. I don't really pay anything Disney in mind. Like, I've never really watched much of their TV stuff, modern day wise. Back in the day, I actually kind of liked Disney. It wasn't too bad. I mean, Nickelodeon Cartoon Network superior, but hey, they felt something for me. Anyway, guys, I guess the question of the day is, how do you feel about the secret being told to Nico? And if you don't want to answer that one, how do you feel about Daredevil in this whole plot line? I mean, Mr. Osborn really made it look like Daredevil's the bad guy here. So who knows? Because I'm pretty sure up to a point, wasn't he like a contract killer or something? I don't know. I need to do some research. And Daredevil's some of the greatest stuff. Like I've read some Chip Zdarsky. I need to read some Frank Miller. It's dope. Stay safe, guys. Till next time. Peace out.